There we go. All right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Athens High School for tonight's sectional semifinal action. It is the visiting Assumption Royals and the home Athens Blue Jays. Again, good evening, everyone, on this gorgeous Thursday night, but we are inside a hot, steamy Athens gymnasium for the sectional semifinal. Assumption 3 wins last week to make their mark here to the sectional semifinal. Athens a couple of wins over Rosholt and Newman. Assumption kind of a different road. Rib Lake, Tri-County, and the upset win last week at Columbus Catholic. Should be a good one here tonight. These two schools, especially on the girls' side, they know each other extremely well. Softball, basketball, now volleyball, and cross country as well.
Yeah, absolutely, Steve. Again, both of these schools, very athletic girls. Again, both have a very strong junior class. When you look at Assumption, you're talking about Kendall Dolman, Autumn Moon, Jade Blaza, Maddie Abbott. So, a lot of your hitters, a lot of your players are juniors. So again, that's kind of the case. When you look at Athens, of course, you're looking at familiar names. If you follow the basketball side of it, with Giselle Hartwig, the Coker sisters. You're looking at Addison Levecka, of course, that's a name we're going to call a lot tonight. But again, just a really solid junior class. Should be a great atmosphere. Once you get to the sectional level, it doesn't really matter about seeds. You're talented if you're playing at this level.
The winner of this one will take on the winner of Lena or Wabeno Leona. That game is in Shawano. We'll have updates from that game throughout the night here on Zaleski Sports. We will take our first break here from Athens High School. Come back with your starting lineups and opening tip. You're watching sectional semifinal girls volleyball on Zaleski Sports.
I had an employee at once ask me to prioritize family, faith, and business, and I put them in that order in particular. For each one of our employees, it's family first. You do what is best for you and your family. Then the rest of it will take care of itself. It's about making sure you make the best decisions for you and your family.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
Hi, this is Jill from Home Furniture and Design. Since 1970 and 4 generations, our family has been proudly offering quality furniture like Lazy Boy, Serta, and the Amish to Central Wisconsin. We also offer free in-home design with our professionally trained designers to help you create a space that is uniquely yours, whether it's just a sofa or the entire home.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover.
Beautifully done on our national anthem by the Athens Pep Band as the Assumption Royals, head coach by Jeanette Glaza, the Athens Blue Jays by Tennille Hartwig. Again, should be a good matchup. Crowds continuing to file in. But before we continue, I'd like to thank our friends at Forward Bank and Insurance. They're proud sponsors of Athens Volleyball. Our team in Athens is excited to cheer our athletes on and to help our customers support the community. Open your account today and help us move Athens forward. Athens in their home white uniforms, Assumption in their road blue uniforms. I don't think Assumption goes away from blue uniforms. I don't know if they have multiple uniforms or not, but they're in their road Royals tonight. Again, should be a good one. Final Final 8 in this. Trying to count. I was counting the air.
So there should be 8, final 16 because you've got 8. So you've got you've got 4 per sectional. There should be 4 sectionals. 4 times 4 minus the 2 carry the 3. They told me there'd be no mass. So somewhere between 8 and 16. Let's call it that way.
We'll say the Sweet 16. In Division 4, we do have a game going on in Edgar. The Auburndale Eagles and the Edgar Wildcats, another Merriwood team. I talked to Coach Glaza about it after the game on Saturday. I talked to you about it. Just how deep and how good the Merriwood North and Merriwood South. Prentice is also playing tonight.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, again, night in, night out, over the course of the year, sometimes it hurts your seed, but the battle test that you get in the Merriwood is always impressive. It's always one of the reasons that I've said anytime you get a Merriwood Conference championship, it's something to take great pride in because you've been tested consistently, sport in, sport out, whether it be football tomorrow night, whether it be boys basketball, girls basketball, volleyball. The Merriwood is always represented at state, Steve. It's just really an excellent conference.
Absolutely right. The Assumption Royals go Jaden Glaza, Autumn Moon, Anna Schooley, Maddie Abbott, Ava Schill, a senior, Malia Colo, a senior, and Kendall Dillman, the libero for head coach Jeanette Glaza. Again, coming off of probably the biggest win in Assumption volleyball history after coming back and knocking off Columbus Catholic last Saturday in Marshfield.
Yeah, in that ball game, for those of you, we hope that everybody watching joined us, but for those of you that weren't able to see it, Assumption fell down 2-0. They were down big in the third match, and typically that's a recipe for a group of young ladies that kind of goes, well, season's over.
Yep.
Assumption went the other direction. Anna Schooley played really big. Autumn Moon caught a little bit of fire. Ava Schill proved that, a Division I athlete and a senior is tough to go ahead and bring down. And then they came back and they battled. They won set 3. They won set 4 rather convincingly. And then when we kind of thought, well, where does the momentum favor in set 5? There was no momentum. The Royals just looked like they were a more confident, determined team. The flip side of that is that Athens had earlier played Newman Catholic in a Merriwood North-South crossover. They lost to them 2-1, and I thought Newman was going to come in and was going to give them a ball game, and Athens came out and busted out the brooms on them. It was 3-0, and when you looked at the scores of those sets, it just really wasn't that close. And what you saw consistently in that game is you saw a lot of Levecca to Hartwig and Hartwig to Levecca, and it was a consistent spike kill attack. So I really think it's going to be an interesting match tonight. I think, Steve, this first game is a really fascinating standpoint for Assumption. Can you go ahead and prove that you belong here, and can you build some confidence? And if you're Athens, can you just continue to come out and just roll and show that you're a dominant club?
These two teams did meet about 3 weeks ago or so in a crossover tournament sort of thing, and Athens took it to the Assumption Royals 25, 18, or 19. Then the second game in that 3-game set was 25-8. So again, a lot of confidence, I would assume, for Athens. I talked to Coach Hartwig before. They were kind of shocked and happy at the same time, knowing that they would be able to host a sectional here tonight. Assumption, again, see if they can use that confidence, use that momentum that they built against Columbus last Saturday. It looks like Assumption will start with the serve from left to right, as you watch on your screen here tonight. Again, the far left corner, far right corner. Tough to see in the camera, but we'll do our best to tell you what's going on if it happens to get into those areas.
So one of the things that immediately jumps out, Steve, that is a little surprising to me, it's the first time I've seen Athens, is number 3, and I hope that I get this right. So again, Sarai Hartwig, a freshman for Athens, goes ahead and starts, and they start in that front row. So she's a good-sized athlete as a freshman, but it's always interesting to see, kind of her when you take a look at where that goes. So Athens actually with the serve to go ahead and get started.
Addison Levitka sends it over. Autumn Moon is there. Ava Schild and Maddie Abbott to start things here tonight, and the Royals start 1-0.
Right off the bat, again, great dig, and Maddie Abbott, who we talked about last week, when she hits it hard. Comes up and has a great kill. Early 1-0 lead for the Royals.
Jaden Glaza now to serve it. Back row. Sets up Levitka. Near side Hartwig. Dug out by Malia Colo. And Autumn Moon sends it over. Free ball here for the Blue Jays. Two-hand pushover, back line, and is in a perfect spot in that back corner, and it's tied at 1.
So we talked about that last week, Steve, where the Royals got themselves in a bad habit of getting 6 players up, not keeping a player back. Again, excellent drop shot, dropped it right in the corner, but once again, over the top of their head. That appears to be a vulnerability. We'll see if they make that adjustment.
Selena Ellenbecker serves it up and aces it. 2-1 Athens. Selena Ellenbecker, a senior, coming in and getting the job done for the Blue Jays.
Selena just tends to have a knack for a big shot in a big moment or a big serve in a big moment.
Ellenbecker, the jump serve. Back row for Dillman. Glaza sets up, far side for Schill. Swings and too strong for Ava Schill and his 3-1 Blue Jays.
Even though it's out of bounds, even though it's a hit that's out of bounds, I do like the fact that Schill comes up, attacks it, makes a good swing at it. I think that's going to be important. You can't just bump your way to success in this game.
Dug out by Colo in the back row. Glaza sets up. Ava Schill another try at it, and through the fingertips of Selena Ellenbecker, and it's a point for Assumption.
Underrated piece there by Jade Glaza, going right back to her senior with Ava, trying to make sure that, hey, when she's loose, that we trust you, we're feeding you. Great kill.
Autumn Moon, the line drive serve, and nearly aces it. Over the top goes Epping. Dillman, Glaza in the middle for Maddie Abbott. Maddie having herself a nice early match here tonight.
Maddie Abbott with 2 attempts, 2 kills. I'm not really quite sure, but typically 100% is typically a good swing rate.
Autumn Moon again, back to serve. And through the fingertips of Sophia Coker, and an ace for Autumn Moon, an all-conference player in her junior season.
When Autumn gets that jump serve going, that rotation of that ball is just really tough to go ahead and return, Steve.
Yeah, that's some, again, we talked about last week. Able to time that up. And a free ball here. Ellenbecker calls for it. Maddie Abbott, Jaden Glaza, near side Ava Schill, and down. Point Assumption, 5-3 Royals.
Well, if there was any question of was Assumption going to have any jitters or were they going to think that they belong here, the answer equivalently has been answered, which is Assumption's here to play.
Yep. Autumn Moon again, line drive serving this time into the net. And I don't know if Maddie took an extra look at it, but last weekend at Columbus, Autumn Moon shellacked Maddie Abbott with a serve right in the back of the head.
It seemed to get her going, so that was good. Little communication error there between Moon and Dillman. They looked at each other, talked it through. Again, free ace for number 9, Savannah Ipping. That's a senior for Athens as well.
The libero for the Blue Jays for Coach Tennille Hartwig. Back row for Dillman. Glaza, far side, Malia Colo. Malia puts it down. And again, Royals swinging and connecting early on here, 6-5 Assumption.
Into the ball game now is number 4, Anna Schooley. This is Anna's first appearance as she comes in the front row. Comes in for Maddie Abbott.
Kendall Dillman, who went on a nice run in the game against Columbus, sets it up near side. Dugout there. Diethelm on the attack. And that was going to be blocked. And Ava Schill throws it over. Played up here by Levitka. Hartwig through the block and down. And we're tied at 6.
Ooh, you know, Steve, from our vantage point, I feel like the official clearly missed her foot about 1.5 feet on the other side of the net. Typically, that's a call that we've seen. But Hartwig with an outstanding swing nonetheless.
Malia Colo down the line and out. And Athens back on top, 7-6. Wouldn't expect much else in a sectional semifinal. Back and forth here in this first set. Really just trying to feel each other out early on.
Bob Euchre called, he says, just a bit outside.
Jaden Glaza passes up to Ava Schill. And bad pass by Glaza, and it's 8-6 in favor of Athens.
You know, when you get a game like this, 2 talented teams, it's those little runs or those little points, the miscommunication between Dillman and Moon, that missed hit pass that typically makes a difference at this level.
There's Autumn Moon in the back row. Glaza sets up. Anna Schooley swings. Blocked to the net. Played back by Autumn Moon. Ava Schill, free ball here for the Blue Jays.
This is problematic. Cannot bump it back against this team.
And Glaza.
Glaza with a great save.
Autumn Moon, Ava Schill, free ball again here. Sets it up for Hartwig in the middle and dug out by Autumn Moon.
Once again, a great save by Moon.
Malia Colo back row. Dug out by Epping in the middle far side. And that was going to be over the top, played up again by the Blue Jays. Near side, back row for Autumn Moon. Good rally here.
What a fantastic rally. This is fun, Steve.
Autumn Moon to the back row. Hartwig sets up again, near side, and through the block and down. Addison Levitka with the points.
She's so long and athletic. Just such a great leader for them. Really a nice swing as you come through.
Timeout taken by the Assumption Royals. You're watching Playoff Volleyball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Forward Bank and Insurance.
Snow piles up quickly. Remove it just as quickly with Kubota subcompact and compact tractors. Our #1 selling tractors are built to take on winter with front and rear mount snow blowers, blades, and rotary sweepers. Get select Kubota subcompact or compact tractors for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months and save $1,000. See your local Kubota dealer today.
Your local Kubota dealer is Chili Implement, located 1 mile north of Highway 10 in Chili. Jenny Shaner, Realtor First Weber, has been a Central Wisconsin resident her entire life. That means she has the inside edge on knowing the landscape and what it takes to care for your real estate needs. Whether you're buying or selling, Jenny Shaner, Realtor First Weber, is your friend and neighbor, ready to help.
I'm Jenny Shaner, Realtor First Weber, with experience in residential and commercial real estate. Let's work together as a team for a win in your next real estate transaction.
Out of the timeout, double hit by Athens. Assumption gets side out. Now senior Ava Schill, who had the decisive run in that third set against Columbus Catholic last week when Assumption was down 13 to 8. She went on a run, and the Royals ended up leading after that 16 to 13.
You know, Steve, last week we saw Coach Glaza go ahead and let the ladies try to battle through it a little bit later in that game. I like the early timeout in this particular ball game. Just want to make sure you settle them down that this doesn't get away.
In the middle for Schooley, and down. Anna Schooley with the kill, and Anna has played probably her best 3+ sets here this year in the last game and a half.
Yep, absolutely. Again, that's another big, long, athletic player just trying to go ahead and feel her way through. Her confidence can make a huge difference.
Leah Kola with the serve, dug out in the back row by Coker. Over the top goes Harwig in the middle for Schooley. The tip shot, near side Coker, through the fingertips of Glaza. Addison Levitka with the kill.
Man, when Addison goes ahead and winds up, she winds up. That's a strong young lady when she hits that ball.
13, Danica Diethelm back to serve.
Royals players a touch late as they sneak in costume.
Over the top to Autumn Moon, back row, and just out. Just missed that back line.
Hold on, Steve. We're getting a replay challenge. Yes, the replay confirmed, still out. So,
good call there by the official, right on the line. We had some tremendous ones last week in Columbus. One of them was the Columbus baseball coach. Glaza tipped at the net and down. Jaden Glaza. Jaden had a come-through game as well at the end of that one in Columbus on Saturday.
Subbing back into the game is Maddie Abbott. This time she comes in for Kendall Dolman.
Anna Schooley with the serve. Set up. Left-hander off the fingertips is Sydney Coker. And again, back and forth we go. Nobody has really put on a run. There was a 4-point run for the Blue Jays, but nothing egregious so far.
So Sydney and Sophia Coker, both very, very tall, long, powerful athletes. One of the things that you see on the scouting report almost immediately is Sydney, of course, is a left-hander. One of the easier ways to go ahead and kind of tell them apart, but both very powerful players. As Athens has opened up a 14-9 lead here in the first set.
Addison Levitka. Maddie Abbott back line and a side out.
I think that's 3 for 3, Steve.
Yep. Yeah, Maddie, a good start here tonight. Score from Edgar. I believe the Eagles were.
The last time that happened, we saw that the Eagles had an early lead over the Wildcats, 11-7.
Jane Glod to the back line. Dug out, just tipped there by Sydney Coker over the top. Dug out by Anna Schooley. Far side, Ava Schill, right hand. Couldn't get it over, and 4 hits.
Now, one interesting side note just here for our fans. A lot of times you don't see even the basketball rims up here they're not taking any chances. They actually took the basketball rim off.
Yeah.
So it's one of those deals. They want to make sure that that's played. Now I wonder when Assumption goes to that side, will that rim go back on? So
Autumn Moon tipped, played up by the Blue Jays. Giselle Hartwig.
Woo!
And it's 16-10 Blue Jays. There's no answer for the strength and the length so far of Athens.
Athens is doing a fantastic job. It seems like it is constantly bump, set, spike. There is very few free or easy return balls for the Royals.
35-7 on the year. That one's going to be blocked, played up. And Maddie Abbott was in the net. And 7-point Blue Jays lead here in the first.
Again, the officials have been all over the calls tonight. Again, congratulations to all the officials that have a sectional assignment. And so far, I think our line judges has done a great job for tonight. As it comes to be from there, that's something that the home school provides. Both doing a great job tonight as well.
Dug out by Schooley in the back row, and an ace. And it's 18-10. See if Coach Glass will take another timeout. She will not. Malia Colo checks in.
So Colo comes back in for Kendall Dolman. Again, trying to go ahead and get a little bit of a longer length on the floor, but we talked two ways to go ahead and break momentum in volleyball. One is a timeout, the other is a substitution.
Selena Ellenbecker on the serve. Glaza over to Ava Schill. Cross court. Dug out by Ellenbecker in the near side for Hartwig off the block. And it's 19-10 in favor of Athens. And Coach Glaza will take her second timeout. We'll do the same. You're watching Playout Volleyball in Zaleski Sports presented by Forward Bank and Insurance.
I had an employee at once ask me to prioritize family, faith, and business, and I put them in that order in particular. For each one of our employees, it's family first. You do what is best for you and your family. Then the rest of it will take care of itself. It's about making sure you make the best decisions for you and your family.
When the last thing you need to happen does. One of our 16 mobile service trucks from Sherrill Tire and Service Center can keep you rolling and growing. Sherrill Tire and Service Center, your locally owned farm tire specialist.
Sherrill Tire and Service, keep growing and rolling with us.
Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
Welcome back to Athens High School. It is 19-10 in favor of the Blue Jays. Selena Ellenbecker with the serve. Anna Schooley, that one hits the basketball hoop. They continue play. Ava Schill calls for it. Set up in the middle. And down. My goodness.
Again, it's just one of those scenarios where first time seeing Athens this year, they're impressive. Like I said, everything is a quality set that results in a spike. There's no free, easy balls that are coming across the way for Assumption.
Malia Colo again over the top. Ava Schill in the middle again. Dug out, played up. And into the bleachers it goes. Sophia Coker again, and it's 21-10 in favor of Athens here in the first.
Even the serves, Steve, for Athens are going deep to the back row so that it's causing Assumption to have to take a look at it. It's very few that you get a drop set as that one kind of just comes across. It's very impressive from Athens the way they're able to control tempo.
Hardwig in the back row and played up by a couple of times. Sets up again, far side. Dug out by Colo, can't be played. 22-10 in favor of Athens.
Athens coming out, flexing, just going ahead and controlling the tempo. Not so dissimilar to what we saw Columbus do in that first game last week.
Selena Ellenbecker, Kendall Tillman, Glaza to Moon. Through the block and somehow played up as Giselle Hartwig was in the net. Finally a side out for the Royals, but that was the run that Athens needed. It was 14-10, and now it's 22-11.
The good news for Assumption is Autumn Moon is serving, and typically with that jump serve, that's who you'd want to have serving to get back into this thing.
Autumn Moon line drive serve, nicely dug out there. Giselle Hartwig pushes, and a infraction on a lift on Giselle Hartwig, and
cheating.
Coach Tennille Hartwig knew exactly.
I'm not exactly sure with what it is, but she cannot grab the ball and throw it at the other team. That would be cheating. So,
as Autumn Moon sends it too far, and we're at double set point here in the first.
Steve, you know what you call a young lady standing between two poles?
What's that?
A net. So, just as an FYI.
Dug out by Dillman. Glaza sets up in the middle for Schill. Blocked and down. Hartwig and Coker. And we're at set point, 24-12.
The length of Hartwig, and again, two Hartwigs, but Giselle Hartwig, the length of Giselle has just been a real dominating force. Something that Assumption's going to have to take a look at is keep the ball away from her going forward.
Colo, that one's tipped by Epping. Sets up. Giselle, right hand. Plays it off the ceiling. Over to Malia Colo. She swings and misses out. And a first set domination by the Athens Blue Jays, 25-12. We'll take a break, come back with set two. You are watching high school volleyball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Forward Bank and Insurance.
Wisconsin River Orthopedics has been providing comprehensive care to Wood County for over 50 years. We offer urgent care for orthopedic pain and injuries, joint replacement, along with focused sports medicine care from evaluation to rehabilitation. Our facilities offer a spacious rehab center to get you back to doing what you love most, along with the latest technology in our ambulatory surgery center and a comfortable open MRI. Stop living with pain and limited range in your joints. Turn to Wisconsin River Orthopedics and get back to the way life is meant to be.
If you lose direction, you can grab my hand. I'll be the one behind you to say no one-man band. Just follow your dreams and keep your promises.
We're all different, but we all want great health insurance. See why we're rated #1 in service, coverage, and affordability in Central Wisconsin.
Rustic Redefined is the area's boutique clothing store for women and children. You'll find a personalized shopping experience with unique and trendy styles to choose from. Rustic Redefined specializes in affordable clothes and accessories with red carpet service. Find your individual style at Rustic Redefined on 8th Street South in Wisconsin Rapids and Rustic Redefined on Facebook.
I had an employee at once ask me to prioritize family, faith, and business, and I put them in that order in particular. For each one of our employees, it's family first. You do what is best for you and your family. Then the rest of it will take care of itself. It's about making sure you make the best decisions for you and your family.
Little Sprouts is now open in Rudolph with the same great childcare you know about in Auburndale. Here's Brooke Sievers to tell us about it.
The community here in Rudolph has been extremely welcoming, and we're excited to serve here just like we do up in Auburndale. Part of the process is to help out the school districts and to help the children stay, their 4K children to stay close and get services right here. We serve here in Rudolph 1-year-olds up until 12-year-olds, and up in Auburndale we serve 6 weeks old until 12-year-olds.
Our Auburndale pea pods, wiggleworms, busy bees, and fireflies welcome the Rudolph sweet potatoes, lovely ladybugs, and beautiful butterflies. Contact Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
Welcome back to Athens. Jaden Glaza will be back to serve to start, as our good buddy Morgan Reichel going crazy over the other side as Athens leads 1-0.
You know, Steve, the one thing that I don't like is right now the Royals' body language looks really down. You know, the one thing that you didn't see against Columbus is they never really looked like they were down. Jade, frustrated with that long serve, came up. You can see in a little bit of body language. That's something I think Assumption's going to have to shake off pretty quick.
Autumn Moon to Ava Schillen. Another free ball here for the Blue Jays. Sets up, far side, Giselle Hardwig. And down, Giselle, and Athens leads 2-0.
Yeah, along that same general line, Steve, was speaking of body language, Athens looks like they're playing fun angry.
Yeah.
Like it's one of those with great confidence, but it's a fun angry.
Back to serve again, Addison Levitka. Back row for Colo, played at the net and down. And there's the freshman, Sarai Hartwig, 3-0 Blue Jays. Holiday layaway is back at Fleet Farm now through December 12th. Get the products you want before they're gone, and you can pay as you go. Plus, your purchase is conveniently stored until you're ready to pick it up. Get everything you need in one stop. Get it all at Fleet Farm. Another tough pass. Ava Schill able to punch it over. Near side, Coker blocked and somehow played over by Malia Colo, Autumn Moon, and a incredible side out by the Assumption Royals.
Exactly what they needed to go ahead and change and break that momentum. Now let's see if Autumn can go ahead and put that jump serve in.
Autumn Moon back to serve and out again. Those Royals have had 2 service opportunities here, have sent them both long, and it's 4-1 Athens.
That's been an issue that's plagued Assumption earlier this year. It seemed like down the stretch they had that corrected. We did not see that in Columbus, but it's reared its ugly head here early in the second game of this set.
Selena Ellenbecker sends it over to Autumn Moon. Sets up Maddie Abbott and dug out into the back row. Sets up for Giselle and punched into the ceiling again. Autumn Moon sends it back row. Ellenbecker in the middle and tipped. Sophia Coker on the attack. Now Malia Colo played up again and should have let it go. Ava Schill back line and out.
Yeah, again, tough from this vantage point, Steve, because it's kind of the case. But again, court awareness, that ball looked like it was definitely clearly a couple feet out. Unfortunately, Assumption played it and was not able to go ahead and put that spike down.
Into the nets.
Great dig out there on that play by Jade Glaza. And then as that ball fluttered on the net, Ava Schill was able to go ahead and punch it across for a Royal point. So 2 serving 5. Kendall Dolman back on the serve for Assumption.
Sends it over in the middle for Hardwig. Blocked up, and now it's going to be out. Again, even on good blocks, the Royals aren't able to play it back with the strength of the attacks by Giselle Hardwig.
Yeah, there is nothing for free in terms of where that's being added. For those of you watching over on the other side of it, Auburndale takes the first game from Edgar. They're up 1-0. For those of you that are curious on the action over in Edgar. And over in Westby has taken the first game from Aquinas, so they're up 1-0 as well.
Auburndale had a nice showing, or an incredible showing against Stanley Boyd on Saturday for a sectional final. Giselle Hardwig, Malia Colo somehow punched it up over the top for Malia, off the bottom of her palm. In the middle, and Autumn Moon is there. Ava Schill calls for it. Malia Colo again. And blocked, and down, point for Athens.
You know, Steve, just going back to Auburndale for a minute, that's one of those examples I talked about. Not a terrific record. I think the 4th seed in the Merriwood South, but playing that competition each night, battle-tested when they got to the playoffs, really looking like they can make a run here.
Jaden Glaza chased it down. Ava Schill sets up for Diethelm. Malia Colo. Glaza to Colo. Blocked, played up, and continues play. And down for Assumption, and it's 7-3.
So, again, interesting that wasn't called. Malia Colo was clearly in the net. We've seen that called by the officials a little bit this year. Not called that time. Assumption takes advantage, 7-3.
They have a Schill with the serve and an ace. And it's 4 serving 7.
Selena got caught right on the cusp of, do I hit it, do I not? Do I hit it, do I not? Should have probably gone not.
Ava Schill again back to serve. 4 serving 7. Knuckleball dug out. Sends it up and dug out by Dillman. Colo sets up for Glaza. Push right back into the face of the Royals, and it's 8-4. Greg Gruitt's Appliance is a full-service appliance store carrying a full line of GE, Speed Queen, Whirlpool, and Maytag appliances. At Greg Gruitt's Appliances, our focus is on service after the sale with our own factory-trained installation and service departments. Home appliances are all we do at Greg Gruitt's Appliances. It's service with Wildcat pride.
Number 6, Sophia Coker with a huge kill as Athens has extended the lead here in the second game. Now up 9, serving 4, with number 5, Giselle Hartwig back serving.
And nearly aced it. Free ball here for the Blue Jays. Sets up in the middle and off the side of the shoulder of Malia Colo. Played up Hardwig. Far side for Levitka. and can't be played back, and it is 10-4. And the Blue Jays running away with this second set.
Yeah, Steve, the difference in this game is that Athens is getting free ball after free ball back to them, and it's bump, set, pound back at Assumption. That's going to have to change if Assumption's going to have a shot to get back in this thing.
Jaden Glaza goes cross court, back line and out, and Coach Glaza will take a timeout. We'll do the same. You're watching high school volleyball on Celeste Sports, presented by Forward Bank and Insurance.
Hi, this is Blake from Mobile Link. I can tint your car, truck, or SUV. I even tint windshields with a film you can't see, but will reduce heat and glare by 43%. We've all seen those do-it-yourself tint jobs that turn purple and start bubbling all over. Not my work. Everything gets tinted by me and inspected before it rolls out the door, including a lifetime warranty. Call Blake at Mobile Link to schedule your appointment today. 715-424-5432.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
Welcome back to Athens, I should say, not Assumption. So used to saying welcome back to Assumption. Welcome back to Athens. Sectional semifinal, second set, all Blue Jays so far. Ava Schill, Anna Schooley, and Anna puts it down. Right out of the timeout, Royals get a much, much needed side out.
I think that's a great, again, timeout by Coach Glaza, and I like the strategy, which is going ahead and feeding Anna Schooley, seeing if you can get Anna going. Loving the student sections tonight as we've got dueling Halloween costume themes going on.
A great crowd on hand, as you would expect. Levitko is blocked to the net. Push back, Schill, Moon to Anna Schooley. Got punched over by the Blue Jays. Schill again, far side, Autumn Moon, back corner and in. Oh my goodness, close. That was close, back corner again, called to the Blue Jays.
Wow. That is a missed call. I'm not going to even lie. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. That's just a flat-out missed call. Even the Athens fan is asking if she wants glasses. I like it.
Autumn Moon back line. That one is out, and it's 13-5. Back to serve again, Sophia Coker. Kendall Dillman. Anna Schooley, and Autumn Moon just pushes it over. Again, another free ball in the middle for Hartwig. Schill, far side Moon, and a tough pass from Ava Schill, and it's 14-5 here in the second.
Again, Athens just very, very consistent with bump set in their attack. I like the fact that Assumption has gotten to the point where they're trying to get some good quality swings in. Unfortunately, the passing just got away from that time.
And down again, points for Athens, and Coach Glaza asking why Hartwig wasn't called over the net. Another clear call, not called. Ava Schill, Autumn Moon. Far side for Levitka, and down, and it's 16-5.
Kendall Dahlman doing everything she can to try to dig that ball, but again, Levitka she's got a great spin, gets up and consistently hits that, and she's coming at it from a great angle. 16 serving 5, Athens once again up by 11.
Sends it over for Ava Schill. Autumn Moon blocked, played up by Autumn. Kendall Dillman. Anna Schooley sends it over, sets up for Hartwig at the net. And now they're going to call Assumption in the net.
Yep, and that's a good call. Anna Schooley got up to try to block it, unfortunately got away from her, broke the play, and that's a good call.
17-5, Athens here in the, all the football players show up, and Autumn Moon blocked and out. Yep, not touched, point Assumption. First mistake by Athens here in the second set.
Anna Schooley back to serve for the Royals. Down 17-6 here in game 2. Athens won the first game, leading 1-0 in match.
Giselle Hartwig, Addison Levitka. And Maddie Abbott with the tip over. Free ball here for the Royals now. Claus in the middle for Maddie Abbott. Goes back line. That one is in. And point to Assumption. Right on that back line, and Royals get a point.
I think that's, by my unofficial count, that's Abbott's 5th kill.
Yeah.
And she's really been their most consistent hitter tonight. I'll be curious to see if they can keep feeding her a little bit.
Giselle Hardwig sends it over to Sarai Hardwig, and Sarai puts it down.
That play was made by a terrific dig by number 9, Savannah Epping. Just really great control, took that right up front, and even though she was a little bit out of position, was able to throw a great pass. That whole point was set up there.
Danica Diethelm sends it over. Dug out by Kendall Dillman, Ava Schill. Plaza. Hardwig just punches it to the back row. Schooley to Schill, to Autumn Moon, and can't be played back. Side out point Assumption. Nobody enjoys being without comfort. Time to plan for the winter months ahead. Give the pros at Rapid Sheet Metal Heating and Cooling a call for furnace and AC service in Wisconsin Rapids. We'll be there rapidly to figure out and take care of the trouble, and we'll get the comfort working again right away. Call Rapid Sheet Metal Heating and Cooling at 715-301-0256 or visit online at rapidsheetmetal.com.
Nice hit by Ava Schill. Ball was blocked by Athens, but blocked out of bounds. Point Royals, and the Royals putting together a little bit of a run here.
Jaden Glaus over the top, 9 serving 18. In the middle for Hardwig, and that was going to be out, and point for Assumption on the attack that went long by Sarai Hardwig.
18 serving 10, so again, Jade Glaus going ahead and serving. Royals making a little bit of run, cut it to 8 after being down as many as 12.
Sets it up again. Levitka, Dillman on the diving dig. Ava Schill with the right hand. Dug out by Levitka again. Hardwig sends it over to Addison on the run and missed. And point Assumption, 4 in a row for the Royals.
You know, we kind of saw something like this happen again last week, Columbus, where Assumption was able to build a little bit of momentum in that second set. See if they can compound on across the way.
Played at the net and punched over by Autumn Moon. Point for the Royals.
Autumn Moon says thank you very much. Joey Moyer gets a little flex in terms of where it goes. Life is good.
Sends over the top and an ace for Jaden Glaza, and it's 13-18.
We get our first Claire Nelson ace celebration. Again, she's going to get her workout tonight. Great run by the Royals.
We'll be back. You're watching Playoff Volleyball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Forward Bank and Insurance.
Rich, creamy, and fun. Point Craft Soda. Caffeine-free, made with 100% real sugar. From Stevens Point Brewery.
I had an employee at once ask me to prioritize family, faith, and business, and I put them in that order in particular. For each one of our employees, it's family first. You do what is best for you and your family. Then the rest of it will take care of itself. It's about making sure you make the best decisions for you and your family.
Welcome back to Athens High School. The Royals putting a rally together here, putting a run together. Anna Schooley with the dig out. Jaden Glaza far side for Autumn Moon. Tipped and out. It was definitely tipped, but no call. Oh my goodness. That's another missed one. That's bad.
Steve, I'm one that's complimentary of officials. I understand things happen, but that's 3 calls in this game that are pretty obvious, not to mention the obvious net violations, some of which have gone against Athens as well, that the crew's just not having a great night seeing things tonight.
The service error, and it's 19-14. 14 serving 19, Autumn Moon back to serve. The jump serve for Autumn, and an ace for Autumn Moon. And Athens looking at each other, wondering what's going on.
So again, this game, Assumption found themselves down 12. We thought, boy, this was going to be ugly. Assumption showing heart of a champion right now. 19-15 had a great rally to see if Moon can keep it rolling.
Autumn Moon, another serve, and that one just long, and it's 20-15.
That's at least the 3rd service error side out in this game that Assumption has had, which is just a problem.
Yep.
Invisible Man went ahead and grabbing the ball and throwing it back from the old student section action.
Selena Ellenbecker dug out by Schooley. Glaza in the middle for Schill. blocked at the net, plays it up. Glaza back over to Abbott. Now it's going to be tipped at the net too. Back line, dug out by Epping. Giselle Hartwig swings and can't be played back.
The answer to the question for Athens is when they need a point, set up Giselle Hartwig. She's got just a fantastic looking serve, and she comes at such a tough angle. Almost impossible to defend that.
Selena Ellenbecker over the top. Dug out by Kendall Dillman. Glaza in the middle for Schill. Back line and out. And it's 22-15.
Again, Athens with a nice little answer. Assumption had cut it to 19-15 with the serve. Now Athens has gone ahead and opened it back up by 7.
Selena Ellenbecker dug out by Dillman. Glaza sends it back. Ava Schill, back line. Dug out by the Blue Jays. Jaden Glaza, near side for Malia Kola. Blocked and down. And it's 23-15.
The length of Coker has really been a game changer for Athens in this game. She's done a great job patrolling the middle.
Selena Ellenbecker back to serve. Dug out by Dillman. Again, Glaza. Far side, Abbott. And Maddie Abbott puts it down.
Painting the lines.
And it's 23-16.
That was the Picasso of serves because it was well struck. For those of you that are interested, in the second game, Edgar is currently up 15-8 over Auburndale, trying to go ahead and even that match at 1-1.
Serve that hits the top of the tape. Played up. Royals, Anna Schooley didn't know where it was. Glaza right at the net, sets up for Anna Schooley, back row, Epping. Two-hand push over and out. And it's 23-17. We will be back here in Athens at the end of January.
February 2nd, if that's what you're talking about.
Yep.
Not that anybody's looking at that date.
February 2nd, the Assumption Royals and Athens Blue Jays girls basketball. Giselle Hartwig puts it through the block, and it's 24-17. And we're at set point.
There's a couple of them that are circled on the calendar. February 2nd would be one of them. So
we'll be here for that matchup. And Epping sends it over. Lobber. Ava Schill calls for it. Malia Colo punches it over. Opportunity here for the Blue Jays. And blocked and down. Diethelm. Oh my goodness. So they're going to call Assumption in the net. And Athens will take set 2, 25-17. Set three coming up next. You're watching Playoff Volleyball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Forward Bank and Insurance.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on U.S. Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com.
At Bauer & Fine Business Technologies in Marshfield, our company has been serving Central Wisconsin since 1955. We're still locally owned and believe strongly in supporting the communities that support us. If you're a current customer, thank you. If you're not a current customer, we'd love to work with you. Let's talk about copiers, printers, postage meters, and network services. Give us a call today at 800-288-2712 or visit our website at b-bt.com. Bauer & Fine Business Technologies. Better business together.
First things first with Midstate Technical College. Dual credit programs earn you college credit in high school. Then choose a path that suits you. Use your skills to start your career or transfer to a university to continue your degree. Choose a new career. Transition easily and quickly by upgrading your skills. Or continue your education with dozens of classes to get you on your path. No matter your stage of the game, your first move is Midstate Technical College.
Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty, char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See our complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids. Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty, char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating.
Welcome back to Athens High School. Score updates from around the Zaleski Sports Network. Wabeno-Leona won the second set. Not sure how they won the first set, or I don't know what the first set score was. They won the second set 25-11, and Wittenberg-Burnhamwood is up 2-0 over Waiawega-Fremont. The winner of Wittenberg-Burnhamwood and Waiawega will take on the winner of Edgar and Auburndale. The winner of this game will take on either Wabeno-Leona or Lena in Oconto on Saturday night.
Well, one could say, based upon last week on Saturday, that the Royals have Athens exactly where they want them. Obviously, if you're Athens, you're up 2-0. You're looking for the sweep and continue your dominating fashion. Again, while we have just a second, let's just take a little bit of a reminder for folks. So tomorrow night, Zaleski Sports will be traveling down to Blackhawk to bring those interested the Assumption Blackhawk game. Also, other games on the network. I believe that Zaleski is going to be broadcasting Edgar, going to be broadcasting Auburndale and Marshfield, correct?
Yeah, so we have Spring Valley and Edgar. We've got Mondovi and Auburndale and Stratford and Cadott as well. Athens starts 1-0 on the double hit. And then we will have a link for Marshfield and River Falls, but our friends over in River Falls will be broadcasting that game from River Falls.
Then on Saturday, Steve, you're going to be shooting highlights from the state cross-country meet. Good luck to the Royals and the other local competitors as they go ahead and they run. And then if Assumption wins, we'll bring you sectional final volleyball. Not sure in regards to Athens if that's going to happen or not.
Yep, to be determined. That'll be figured out probably tonight after on the way home. Jason will probably call me. we'll get all that figured out. And through the block and down. Autumn Moon with the kill, side out point Assumption.
So Assumption Athens gets the first 2 points. They get the side out. You got Jade Glaza back for a serve. For Assumption, you just have to go ahead and keep yourself focused 1 point at a time, get yourself back into it.
And Jaden struggling from the service line here tonight, 3-1 Athens.
That's, by my count, that's at least the sixth free serve out of bounds in rally scoring. Really tough to go ahead and give away those free points against a quality team like Athens.
Selena Ellenbecker back to serve. Dug out by Malia Colo. Set up far in the middle for Maddie Abbott. Maddie having herself a career night, and it's 3-2 Athens. What a night for Maddie Abbott here for the Royals.
Seeing the court well, not only is she getting great swings on it, Steve, she's got great control tonight. She can put that ball left, right, wherever she wants to put it.
Autumn Moon on the serve, and another error on the Royals service, and it's 4-2. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And like a good neighbor, Carrie Van Aert, State Farm is there for you in Wisconsin Rapids. Get a free quote from Carrie Van Aert, State Farm on auto, homeowners, and more. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And like a good neighbor, Carrie Van Aert, State Farm is there for you in Wisconsin Rapids. Find Carrie Van Aert, State Farm on Facebook to get started today.
Subbing into the game for Assumption is number 4, Anna Schooley. She comes in for number 10, Maddie Abbott. Maddie grabs herself what I assume is going to be a quick break and right back in as Athens is up 4-3 in this third and pivotal game.
Hardwig through the block to Coker and point to Athens. Athens, 2 trips to state in school history, the last one coming back in 2016. On the other side, awaiting them, maybe in a state final, depending on how this one pans out, and then Saturday and all that. But our good friends over from Chippewa Falls, McDonald Max, again, having a great year. Volleyball court, probably see them in basketball again as well. And Ava Schill serves the ace, and we're tied up at 5 here in the third.
One of the things I really like about Assumption, even though they're down 2-0, body language looks good. They look determined. And again, Ava Schill proving once again that seniors are just tough to go down.
A little bit different as Giselle Hartwig will be in the net this time. Royals grab a 6-5 lead. We talked about the first 2 sets, even in Marshfield last Saturday. They were down on themselves. They got some momentum and some confidence. And smiles came back on the faces. And that one is going to be out. And it's 7-5 Assumption. And Coach Harwig just telling our girls, keep swinging. I talked to Coach Harwig before the game. She went back and watched that Columbus Assumption game. And she said one thing that they've preached in an ace for Ava.
And there's a Claire Nelson sprint on the other side. And again, Ava Schill on a nice little run. 8-5 Royals here in this pivotal third game.
This is where it turned. This is where it turned in Columbus on Saturday. Ava came in to serve. Over the top, Ava diving stop, played back and out. And it's 9-5. And timeout, Coach Harwig will do the same. You're watching you're watching playoff volleyball on Celeste Sports, presented by Forward Bank and Insurance.
I had an employee at once ask me to prioritize family, faith, and business. And I put them in that order in particular. For each one of our employees, it's family first. You do what is best for you and your family. Then the rest of it will take care of itself. It's about making sure you make the best decisions for
Hi,
you.
this is Van Patrick Oates from Rapids Awards and More. People ask, what is the more part of Awards and More? Well, that means that we're more than just an award store. We engrave glass, wood, plastic, guns, Yeti cups, medals, knives, and so much more. We're located on the web at awardsandmore.us. And if you're in the Wisconsin Rapids area, visit our physical store at 1210 Pepper Avenue or check us out on Facebook. Rapids Awards and More than just awards.
Welcome back to Athens. Out of the timeout, Assumption gets another one, 10-5 Royals. Again, appreciate everyone tuning in here tonight on Celeste Sports. You're home for a high school live stream, the biggest in the state. Ava Schill over to Jaden Glaza, off the block, tipped up by Giselle Hardwick. Sends it over to Coker and down the line and out. Yeah, point Assumption. They called a carry, but it was out anyway. This official down here said the ball was out. 11-5 Assumption.
Again, Schill continuing to have the run. One of the things that's nice about it is this is one of the longer lineups for Assumption when they have the front row.
And the service error, the Achilles heel for Assumption tonight, ends the rally by Ava Schill.
Much needed side out for Athens. That brings number 6 to the line, Sophia Coker, to go ahead and serve for Athens as they're down 5 here in this third set, leading 2-0 though in the match.
They were trailing a couple of times against Newman last week as well. Came back in those sets to sweep. Jaden Glaza blocked, 4 hits.
With their length and the way that they hit the ball, a rally is essentially one serve away with Athens. They pass it, and they're so long it can really be an effective run.
Sophia Coker again back to serve. Dug out by Kendall Dillman at the net is Ava Schill in the middle for Anna Schooley. Giselle Harwig passes it over to Addison Levitka, and Addison will put it down for the Blue Jays, and 3 in a row for Athens.
Addison is so controlled, so we've seen her hit that ball hard so many times tonight. Now I thought she saw the court really well there. Saw that opening in the middle, just dumped it right over the top of Schooley and found a great spot for it.
Ava Schill over the top, sends it up. Giselle Hardwick in the middle. For Sarai Hardwick, blocked by Anna Schooley, and down point to Assumption. Anna Schooley with a big block in the middle. Rustic Redefined provides a boutique shopping experience with unique and affordable clothing and accessories to fit your individual style. Shop Rustic Redefined on 8th Street in Wisconsin Rapids. And Malia Colo back to serve, dug out in the back row. Coker in the middle for Addison Levitka, and down point Blue Jays. And again, back to serve. It looks like Danica Diethelm for Athens. Dug out by Kendall Dillman. Autumn Moon chases it down. Anna Schooley, and another free ball here for the Blue Jays. Hardwig near side Levitka, and out. And it's 13-9.
Thought it was a really good swing by Levitka. Just got a little bit behind that ball, sent it long.
Joey Moyer goes up to the stage to retrieve it. We'll see Joey tomorrow. Assumption and Blackhawk Warren, 7 o'clock from South Wayne, Wisconsin. Seems like one of those places that you want to say South Wayne, Indiana or something. Sets it up for Maddie Abbott. Off the bottom of her palm and can't be played back. Maddie another kill, 14-9. Royals back up by 5.
So Assumption with a nice little run that they got behind Ava has been able to go ahead and maintain this. 14 for Assumption, 9 for Athens. Anna School going ahead and serving.
Back row sets up. Levitka over to Hartwig and through the fingertips and off the arm, of Autumn Moon, and it's 14-10. Assumption still on top, but the Blue Jays, Addison Levitka back to serve. Again, just two seniors on this Athens team. Selena Ellenbecker and Savannah Epping. And Maddie Abbott finally has one played back. Giselle Hartwig is going to put it down. And Colo comes up a little slow when it's 11 serving 14.
Great kill by Athens. Great effort by Malia Colo. Just unfortunately wasn't able to dig it. And once again, here we sit with number 17, Addison Levitka serving. Athens making a run.
Levitka back to serve. Right hand. Line drive serve. Dug out by Dillman. Glaza sends it up to Autumn Moon. Right hand for Autumn. And in. Autumn Moon puts it down and it's 15-11. Thank you to our game day sponsors, Rapid Sheet Metal, Sparhawk Trucking, Trading Post, and Scott Krug Realty. Again, without them, we would be unable to come and bring you these games live. All the football games, volleyball, soccer, and turning the calendar around pretty soon to basketball. As Hartwig puts it down, oh my goodness, what a job by Addison Levitka to get it to Giselle Hartwig to attack.
Addison is just impressive no matter what area, what position on the floor she's on. For our friends in Marshfield that are interested, River Falls is up 9-8 in Game 2. River Falls took Game 1, so 1-0 River Falls, 9-8 in Game 2.
A Marshfield team that only lost maybe 10 sets all season long. They didn't lose a lot. As Schill plays up to Dillman, Maddie Abbott right at the net. And that's a tough play for Maddie. Right by the net, backing up, not really knowing where you are, and a tough play for the junior.
That might be Maddie's first error of the evening as she was having a terrific kill night. 15-13 right now. Assumption still in the lead. Athens with the serve.
Selena Ellenbecker, Ava Schill can't play it back. And the run has started for the Athens Blue Jays. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Solaris. With so much of our lives riding on the internet these days, choosing a provider you know and trust has become more important than ever. Solaris has been keeping Central Wisconsin connected for over 125 years. They have the speed you need. Call, stop in, or visit Solaris.net to learn more. Giselle Hartwig puts it down. We're tied up at 15 here in the third. And Coach Glass is going to let it ride out here.
One of the things I really like about Athens there is, again, we talked about the fact that they were down as much as 9, never lost composure, continued to swing away, put themselves right back in the spot where now they can take the lead.
And a service error, and the Royals have the lead here in the third.
For those of you that are interested, Edgar is up 5-4 in the third set of that. That is tied 1 apiece. Edgar and Auburndale 1 apiece in the match. Edgar up 5-4 in that third game.
Well, Bino Leona dominating Lena tonight. Now it's going to be punched up, played back, and down, and we're tied back at 16.
Once again, the length of Sophia Coker allowed her to get up, see where that ball was on the floor, and just was able to take a dump shot to the opening as we get 16-16 with Athens in the serve. Number 9, Savannah Epping back, the senior serving for Athens.
So the winner of this one will take on Wabino Leona on Saturday night in Oconto, and that was going to be out. Just missed that back line, and Athens has the lead.
Flying judge with a terrific angle, did a nice job seeing that through.
Timeout taken by the Royals, 17-16. You're watching high school volleyball playoffs on Zaleski Sports, presented by Forward Bank and Insurance.
When buying or selling land, the biggest decision you make is choosing your representation. Whitetail Properties is the top real estate company for selling hunting land, recreational properties, and farms. Our nationwide network of sportsmen, farmers, and investors offers a great opportunity for you to capitalize on the true market value of your property. In Central Wisconsin, Brian Roosh is your local land specialist and is ready to help you get started on all of your property needs.
Welcome back to Athens. Zex Technology in downtown Wisconsin Rapids is your go-to for residential and commercial computer repair, custom-built desktops, off-site backup, and mobile repair. That's Zex Technology in downtown Wisconsin Rapids. Again, the winner of this one will take on Wabeno Leona on Saturday, 2 days from now, at Oconto Falls. If Athens wins, it'll be to be determined if we will be there or not on Saturday night. If you want us there, get us some help. Send information to jason@ZaleskiSports.com. Malia Kola with the kill, tying at 17. Another side out of a timeout by Assumption.
You know, when I went to Zach's last time, my computer was buzzing. I asked him if he knew why. He said too many screenshots. So.
Kendall Tillman, Giselle Harwig in the middle for Coker. And Autumn Moon went down too early. And it's points for Athens. And it's 18-17.
You know, I know that Levecka and Hartwig get a lot of publicity for the Blue Jays, and rightfully deserved. But both the Cokers, both Sydney and Sophie, have had a really nice game tonight as well for Athens.
Sets it up for Ava Schill. Dug out by Ellen Becker. Far side for Diethelm, and dug out, played back. Diethelm again, two-hand pushover. Ava Schill gets the pass over to Malia Colo. Free ball here. Hartwig near side for Levitka, and can't be played back, and it's 19-17, and the Royal season slipping away.
Once again, kind of back in that pattern of bump set, bump over for Assumption, and the spike is being returned off of it. You got to get away from those free balls.
Giselle Hardwig, Kendall Dillman, Jaden Glazet, Ava Schill, and that one's going to be just in. Rode the tape along the court and down. Huge side out for Assumption.
When you need a point, you go to your senior, you let her go ahead and do her job.
And back to serve. She needs a huge rally here. Big run in the middle for Coker. Dug out by Schill. Colo, far side for Glaza. Played up, punched up. And Levitka again, dug out by Glaza. Schill, near side for Colo. And blocked to the net and down. Athens at 20, and it's 20-18. And Sarai Hartwig checks in.
One word that I would describe Levicka as tonight has been dominating. It does not matter what area she's been on the floor. She's clearly been the best player in this game.
Dugout, set over by Ava Schill. Malia Colo blocked again. Addison Levitka again. And it's 21-18. Quadruple match point for Athens.
That's why Steve Maves is the best in the business, folks, right there.
Glaza sends it long, 22-18. And timeout, Coach Glaza will keep it here. And again, the Assumption Royals had a 3-win week last week. Athens, on the other hand, had a big win against Rosholt. And again, a win over Newman Catholic, who they lost to just a couple of weeks ago. And building on that momentum that they have had all year long. 35-7. You don't get that record with just being lucky.
Athens has got a great combination of athleticism and length, which is the case. But I think, Steve, the way they've been able to communicate and the way they've been able to pass, just they're really the most impressive volleyball team that I've seen all year long. Yep. 1 through 7, they have great length. They can really play, and very few errors in this game.
Yep.
You know, if you really boil this game down to, well, what's the difference? Assumption has gone ahead and had a few sets where they've served it out of bounds. You've just not seen Athens go ahead and hurt themselves. They make you earn every single point, and that is typically the mark of an excellent team.
Absolutely right. 22-18 as smiles all around. Sophia Coker back to serve. Again, post-game show brought to you by Forward Bank. We'll read that here in just a second. Coker sends it over, and right down the line and out, and a side out.
And Steve, we know the winner of this game will travel to O'Connell Falls on Saturday, and they will play Wabeno, who did win in straight sets tonight on the other side.
Malia Colo back to serve. Dug out in the back row by Coker, Hartwig, and Levitka. Why not? And that one dug out by Colo. Schill in the middle for Anna Schooley. Tipped at the net and down. Point Royals 20, serving 22.
Assumption came out of the timeout, which I thought was a good timeout call by Glaza, with the idea in mind that they're going to spike, they're going to come back and attack, and it's worked well for them. 22-20, they're down 2, but Malia Cole is serving.
Dug out by Epping. Hartwig in the middle, Levitka down. Giselle Addison Levitka again, and it's 23-20. Forward Bank postgame show at Forward Bank. It's our mission to keep convenient banking and insurance services in communities like Athens. I'll continue that after this serve here. And Colo serves it up and an ace. We're at match point. And Danica Diethelm back to serve for the Athens Blue Jays. Match point here for the Athens Blue Jays. The Athens faithful raise one hand, one finger. Dug out by Dillman. Schooley down, and Royals stay alive for one more.
So Schooley with the kill. Now Anna Schooley will go back to serve. 24-21. Royals down 3 points, down 2 games to none. Next point for Athens obviously sends them in the sectional final.
Schooley sends over, dug out. Levitka. Coker down! And Sydney Coker pushes the Athens Blue Jays into a sectional final on Saturday night. A clean sweep of the Assumption Royals here tonight. 25-12, 25-17, and 25-21. The Royals finish up their season 17-12. The Athens Blue Jays improve to 36-7, and they'll have a date with Wabena Leona on Saturday night in O'Connell Falls. Again, Celestia Sports to be determined if we'll be there or not. We'll take a quick break. I'll go down on the court, talk to head coach Tennille Hardwig and Addison Levitka when we get back to Athens High School after this.
I had an employee at once ask me to prioritize family, faith, and business, and I put them in that order in particular. For each one of our employees, it's family first. You do what is best for you and your family. Then the rest of it will take care of itself. It's about making sure you make the best decisions for you and your family.
When the last thing you need to happen...
I had an employee at once ask me to prioritize family, faith, and business, and I put them in that order in particular. For each one of our employees, it's family first. You do what is best for you and your family. Then the rest of it will take care of itself. It's about making sure you make the best decisions for you and your family.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and
An employee at once asked me to prioritize family, faith, and business, and I put them in that order in particular. For each one of our employees, it's family first. You do what is best for you and your family. Then the rest of it will take care of itself. It's about making sure you make the best decisions for you and your family.
What one's going to have to go up for Steve?
You're gonna love home furniture. An employee at once asked me to prioritize family, faith, and business, and I put them in that order in particular. For each one of our employees, it's family first. You do what is best for you and your family. Then the rest of it will take care of itself. It's about making sure you make the best decisions for you and your family.
Wisconsin River Orthopedics has been providing.
An employee at once asked me to prioritize family, faith, and business, and I put them in that order in particular. For each one of our employees, it's family first. You do what is best for you and your family. Then the rest of it will take care of itself.
Good.
It's about making sure you
audio.
make the best decisions for
Good.
you
All
and
right.
your
Welcome
family.
back to Athens High School Forward Bank postgame show with the.
Do we have somebody?
I think she's in. Oh, yeah.
She got the hint.
All right, now we're good. All right, welcome back to Athens High School. Yes, the Athens Blue Jays, a 3-0 sweep over the Assumption Royals to advance to a sectional final on Saturday. Coach, energy was huge, obviously, tonight. Home crowd, sectional semifinal. Just talk about getting the win here tonight.
Absolutely. We talked, this is our last chance to play on our home court this year, no matter what, win or lose, and we decided it was time to go out on top. So, seeing the crowd fill the stands was amazing, and just feeling that energy. The girls had energy, but the crowd fed into it too, so it was a nice win.
Able to withstand a couple of runs by Assumption, especially in that third set. You told me before the match you watched that Columbus game back a couple of times, and that's exactly where the run started. Ava Schill put a run together in that third set. How were you guys able to keep your composure and finish that off?
Absolutely. It was in the back of my mind that I didn't want to go to a game 4, that's for sure. So, I think that our girls have overcome some challenges like that in the past, and they have given up 3 or 4 or 5 in a row, and they've been able to kind of fire back and find our offense again, and that's what we needed to do. If we stay on our offense, we're pretty dominant, and as soon as we lose that, it gets a little sketchy, but they found that offense, and they came together and stuck with it.
A day with Wabeno Leona on Saturday. They swept Lena pretty handily. Have to travel all the way to Oconto. Just talk about taking this energy, taking this crowd up to Oconto for a shot at going to Green Bay.
Absolutely. We're ready to make the trip. We said no matter where we need to go as how our team can play, and with our energy and with positive attitudes, and ready to work hard and ready to keep digging.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Absolutely.
Thank you. If you could get Addison Levitka, that'd be great. We'll bring you over Addison Levitka here to wrap up our post-game show here. Addison's right here. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Obviously a big win, finishing off your home season. Obviously you won't have a home sectional final. Just talk about getting a final win here at home.
It was great. It was great that we got to play here one last time in front of them and to show our fans what we're really about. And then maybe they'll come for us Saturday too.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of that, have to go all the way to Oconto, a day with a very good Wabeno Leona team. How do you guys carry that with a long bus ride to go over to Oconto?
Well, we got to stay confident, got to play our game like we did tonight, and keep doing us. If we do us, it should be our game.
First time in person watching you guys, obviously very impressive group of girls on this team. At the net, a lot of good composure as well. I just talked to Coach about it. Ava Schill went on a run against Columbus. That gave them the momentum to win that game. She went on a run in the third set here. How were you guys able to keep your composure after Ava's run?
All year long, we've been trying to flip that switch, and if they go on a run, we need to eliminate that and get back on our game and take them points back. And I think we just did that. We've been working on it, and we got good, and we did it, and we all came together as one and finished it together.
We talked about it before the game, but this will be the last question. I'll get you out of here and you can go celebrate. But we talked about it before the game. You guys obviously know these Assumption girls very, very well. Softball, basketball, volleyball, cross country for some girls. How good does it feel to knock off the Assumption here tonight?
It feels good, especially from last year's basketball season ending to a loss by them by 1. It just feels good to come out on top.
We're going to put you in the house.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to give you this. I'll back up. Sydney will give you the thumbs up, and then you know what to do?
Yeah.
Just say your name and say it.
Okay. I'm Addison Levitka, and I'm in the house.
Thank you, Addison. Congratulations. We're going to sign things off here from Athens High School. Paul and I will head down to South Wayne tomorrow night. The Assumption Royals and Blackhawk Warren Warriors here on Celeste Sports have a whole slate of football games for you. Athens, again, Wabeno Leona at Oconto Falls on Saturday. If we're there, we'll let you know. If not, congratulations on a great season at Athens. Congratulations to the Assumption Royals. For Sydney Senior and Paul J. Galinsky, this is Steve Maves signing off. Again, Athens heading to a sectional final here in 2022. Have a great night, everyone. We'll talk to you again tomorrow night on Celeste Sports.